The production of television began in the late 1920s and early 1930s. John Baird and Vladimir Zworykin led to the production of mechanical television, but Philo T. Farnsworth is credited with inventing the first all-electric television. He got the idea while plowing his sugar beet field in Iowa. According to a television sequence on the Discovery program Origins, when television was first introduced and Baird was trying to get a broadcasting license, many people were weary. BBC thought that it would damage the morals of the viewers, and the viewers thought that if you had a television, BBC could see everything you do and that it could even see through the bathroom wall. After they had successfully broadcasted, World War II halted almost all production in order to focus on military materials and weaponry. But when the war ended and the soldiers returned home, the wives and the women had money saved up and the families could spend the extra cash on luxury items, such as washing machines, cars, and of course televisions. Television was completely different than anything they had during the time. With mass production, prices dropped, and by 1954, more than 50% of American households had television sets. Nowadays, it's right around 100%, with many houses having more than one. Sitcoms were very popular during the 1960s. These sitcoms, such as The Brady Bunch, I Love Lucy, and Gilligan's Island, not only entertained the viewers, but taught life lessons and were family-oriented and acceptable. When color first appeared on television screens in 1953, it wasn't widely accepted. People would not buy the TVs because of the high prices and few broadcasting stations. Not until the late 1960s and early 1970s did colored television take over black and white. With color, TVs changed, not just the picture, but what people wanted to watch as well. Crime-fighting shows like Charlie's Angels and Hawaii Five-0 had Hollywood sex symbols such as Farrah Fawcett and Jacqueline Smith. Science fiction also became a trend in the 1970s. Superhero shows such as The Incredible Hulk and Battlestar Galactica became popular.
But what would life be like without cable? No sitcoms, no news stories, no reality TV. Many of us could not even imagine. Plucky innovators created cable in 1948. Cable started out broadcasting to communities in Oregon, Arkansas, and Pennsylvania. Other states and communities were left in the dark, having no way of being able to reach a cable connection. There was a man who lived in a small town called Mahoney City. It was a town surrounded by mountains where television transmitters were not able to reach. The man and his wife decided to put an antenna on top of a nearby mountain. To his surprise, television signals were received and transported to a store in the small town. Walson continued to improve his antenna, and soon enough the whole town was booming, because cable television was finally accessible. But in the 1950s, cable television was just a way to improve reception so people could see network broadcast. The limitation of where cable lines could reach slowly diminished. By 1990, 57% of households had cable television, and by 1998, networks nearly tripled within 10 years. Nowadays, it is extremely rare to hear about people who don't have cable. Many people could not live a day without it. The first reality television series was created in 1948 by Alan Funt, called Candid Camera. This was not Alan's first reality show. His first one was aired on the radio and became an instant hit. When TV became more popular, he decided to create his first television show. All of his shows were based on hidden camera or hidden microphones, so he could catch people off guard to pull pranks or play silly jokes on them. It took a while for more reality TV shows to start airing, but by 1970, many people were sick and tired of only hearing about the Vietnam War in newscasts. Many were ready for something that could take their mind off all the hardships. PBS decided to put everything on the line and change up the way they were doing their shows. In 1973, PBS decided to take a camera crew into Bill and Pat Loud's house and tape their day-to-day lives for 7 months. Many were surprised and appalled from the things that were found out on the show. Once people got used to the eye-opening things that they were hearing from the reality shows, they decided that they couldn't get enough and realized this was a great entertainment. Once television became a typical item in the average home, TV producers realized that many people were thriving off reality shows. They loved the entertainment and the idea of watching a show that was non-scripted. Right from the get-go, reality TV has amazed, amused, and stunned viewers across the world. This type of TV has been and will always be very controversial. Many people disagree with some of the things that go on reality shows, but many just consider it great entertainment. Although reality TV was extremely well liked in the beginning stages, it didn't really start booming until 1999. Nowadays, it's hard to go a day without coming across a reality show.